Thank you for coming out. Thanks to Don Cheadle for joining us today and helping us get everything going around here. Thanks for all you've been doing. Thanks to my friend Jennifer Weiss for making short work of some of the things that have been said during the Polini visit. We're going to be there fighting every step of the way, and you're the ones that are going to do it. We've been known, this Obama campaign has been known from the very beginning by its grassroots character, the way it's just mobilized millions of people. In this state, we've had campaign offices set up in places never heard of a campaign office, never knew what it was to have a campaign office, and just dozens of offices in communities around this state where volunteers are already working, already registered voters, already making phone calls, already reaching out, and it's only going to get more intense. We are a state that absolutely is in that category of a key state, a swing state, whatever you want to call it. One of, depending on how you count, one of 9 or 10 states nationwide that is going to decide this election. We also, of course, have election at home here we're going to decide in favor of Walter Dalton and Linda Coleman for governor and lieutenant governor of this state. We know we have a lot of work to do with the congressional seats, the General Assembly seats, everything right down to the local level. And we're all going to be all for one and one for all in this campaign effort. But it starts with the Obama campaign, with the absolute necessity for this country, for everything we stand for, and for the world for that matter. So much at stake, so much at stake. Can you ever remember an election where the differences were starker and where the stakes were higher? I know I can. And I know that's why you're involved, and it's why you're going to just keep going till the very last vote is counted. And an event like this, here at 4 o'clock on a Saturday afternoon in the middle of the summer, is just exactly what we need, right? Yeah. That's we're here to say we're dedicated and devoted, and we're going to keep pushing. Now I'm going to turn the podium over to Karen Mendoza, who is a neighborhood team leader here, which is, after all, what all this is about, is neighborhood-based volunteer activity. And Karen's going to take it from here. Thank you all for all you're doing. Thank you.
Yeah, Karen.
Hi there. I'm Karen Mendoza, and I'm a student and neighborhood team leader at William Peace University, and I'm also an Obama Fellow in this office. Wake County made the difference in 2008, and we will do that again in 2012. We must organize our neighbors, get everybody to work, and fight tooth and nail to keep the president in office. He carried North Carolina by only 14,000 votes in 2008. Today, more than 900,000 people live in Wake County alone. We, the residents of Wake County, can make or break the state for the president. Our hard work can deliver North Carolina to the president. We are absolutely fired up and ready to go. Yeah. Now to the reason why you came. You may know him as Rwandan hotel manager, Paul Rusa Sabagina, which he earned an Academy Award nomination for Best Actor. You may know him as Colonel James Rhodey Rhodes from Iron Man 3 and 2, or Detective Graham Waters from Crash, or the explosive Basher Tarr in Ocean's 11 franchise. But we know him as Don Cheadle, an amazing surrogate for President Obama. Mr. Cheadle is no stranger to social activism. He and others co-founded Not on Our Watch Project, an organization focusing global attention and resources to stop and prevent mass genocide atrocities. He also campaigns for the end of genocide in Darfur, Sudan, and co-authored a book concerning the issue titled Not on Our Watch, The Mission to End Genocide in Darfur and Beyond. Today, we are lucky that he has taken the time to join us while he is in town filming Iron Man 3 in Cary. We are honored to have him speak to us about his commitment to the re-election of President Obama. Please welcome Don Cheadle.
Thank you very much.
that great introduction. I'm very honored to be here today. I'm very glad to see so many people here today working and pulling in the same direction. As the Congressman said, at a time that is so important for us in this country, and clearly you in this state, in this battleground state of North Carolina, can make a huge difference. And I'm just glad to see you guys here, and I'm glad to see you so enthusiastic, and I'm glad to see your energy and your commitment, and all of that is going to be very necessary to push things over the hump and see that our president gets another shot at doing what he's been doing, and that we can continue to move forward and not go backwards for this election. I just want to say, I could clap by myself and it would not make that much noise, but I want you all to clap for yourselves and give yourselves a big round of applause. A lot of people have been saying to me, and when I've been going through here, thank you to me, and I want to just turn that around and actually say it's thank you to you, because this is where the rubber meets the road. This is what makes and breaks campaigns. And as the Congressman also said, you're one of 9 or 10 battleground states that are really going to determine who's in the White House next year. And when I look at this presidency, I see it, I know that we're hoping that it'll be 2 terms, but it seems to me that it's a presidency that's sort of in 3 phases. And the first phase, we know, was really digging us out of the rubble of what had happened 10 to 12 years prior to his taking office. And during the last couple of years, we've seen policies being put forward, from health care to doubling of Pell Grants, to the support of small businesses, to what he's done for the environment, to standing up for people who have choice, to repealing of Don't Ask, Don't Tell, support of gay marriages. We can see that this president is inclusive. We can see that this president is about pulling people together and trying to work for all of us, and speaking for those who have the least representation. And that's what we need to be. That's what we need to be about. We already know what the other candidate is talking about doing. He's been very clear about that. He wants to extend the cuts for the wealthiest amongst us, which personally I would, it works for me, but I think in general it doesn't work for us as a nation. And that's what we need, a president that represents a nation, not just the special interests of a very few. So I'm here to support the president in that regard. I'm also a father. I have 2 children who hopefully one day will have children, and I want those children to grow up in a country where we care about the environment, where we care about education. Our president has doubled the Pell Grants that will be given. He's eased back on the requirement for students to pay back their loans, who often graduate with enormous debt and are, from the very first step under it. He's helped with the middle income tax. We have to continue to see that these movements and that these strides that have been made don't get repealed. 30 million new members of this country have health care that did not before. That's something that I don't think our citizens want that rolled back. We have programs now that are helping people with loans and trying to build a firewall between us and predatory lenders who have taken such advantage of ordinary citizens. We need to keep these protections in place. We need to get to this 3rd phase in this 2nd term, where I believe we will really see the fruits of his labor pay off for many of us. So again, I want to thank you, and I encourage you to keep doing what you're doing. You guys are really putting in the work and really making the sacrifices and doing the heavy lifting that is necessary to get us over the top. And educate yourselves. Tell people who want to get involved to go on BarackObama.com. They can look up ways in which they can help and which ways they can support. And your influence is incredible. It's incredibly important. No more does it count than on the ground level, at the grassroots level. And you guys are really taking up that fight, and it makes it all the more special when President Obama takes the House, that you guys can say you were a very big part of it, and it's really true. So thank you again for inviting me. Thank you for having me. I'm glad to be here. I will wear the War Machine suit probably. And take care. Thank you.
All right.